Welcome to the Launchpad, and I have to apologize. I'm just going to sit here for a while and apologize. I started recording this episode. I flew a flight, and then we had a recording issue. So what you have missed is me basically completing the flight from the film canister. So we completed the film canister flight. It took me about 6-7 minutes to do, and it was easy. We got some science from it. And then I basically realized that the recording had stopped partway through that, and the file itself was not to be found. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. So I apologize. Now, I don't know whether I should pay a penance. Maybe we shorten one of the other episodes, or I go, you know what, that makes up for the fact that I lose time every episode between transitions and now having to explain this to you. So I'm going to play on as it is, but comment down below, what penance do I have to do? You know, what should I make up for you with that? And of course, I'm not saving this as I go, so I couldn't even revert to before that flight or anything like that. It wasn't until we'd actually done that it was happened, and I was about to launch this craft and then realized that's what happened. So up to date, I have accepted the first orbital contract. The big problem about it is I jumped the gun. My plan was to build the craft first, then accept it, and then I had some leeway in case it went wrong. I didn't. I spoke about that. I actually recorded a bit where I spoke about that and said, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to build it first, then we'll have the second one start to be built, and then if the first one goes wrong, the second one can make up for it. Then I went and accepted the contract because I got carried away, because that's what happens. And so I'm not sure if it doesn't show you the times on here, but we can't really do a second launch of this. So if this fails, we have a bit of a financial problem. We do have a bit of money, but I think that contract will probably eat most of that money. I wish you could actually see it. I wish it would show you the financing. It doesn't. I don't think it's. Comment down below. Is there a way for me to actually see it without leaving this screen? So here we are. I need to change some of these things around. I've just realized I'm sure I changed that in the VAB, but you may not have seen it because it may not have been recorded. I don't know. So this is the craft. It is ready to go. We have another one being built. However, it's not going to be ready in time. My aim is we only need to put it into orbit at 150 kilometers perigee or periaps. What I want to do is actually put it at a 200 periaps orbit. We've got the science equipment on board. I want to see what we can actually do with it. So that's what I'm aiming to do. So let's do that, and let's see what happens. I think, yeah. Let's. I'm really annoyed about losing recording. I'm very annoyed about it, and you know what? This is probably going to go badly just because of that. Right. Engines are go. Right, and there we go, off we go. So we are moving along now. We are going forward. We're going to take this gently at the start here. I'm not going to turn it too quickly because we know this thing is unstable. I don't know what this whole fairing situation is going to do to it for stability. It might make it worse. This thing could spin out. I mean, it may be that I should have put fins on the bottom. It may be that actually it's more stable like this. I actually didn't check. If you go back to where we were finishing this off, I didn't check that because obviously I just assumed everything would be fine, which is the way you do it when you're trying to build things quickly. Note to self, yeah. Hard mode is quite hard when trying to do it quickly in RP-1. Probably something you need to think about in the future sea monsters. Right, so we're now getting all that air effects and stuff. We're going up at a reasonable pace. 2.9 sea level thrust to weight ratio thing going on. We're out of the really thick stuff into the medium stuff, so we're going to start to bank over a bit. I don't mind going up faster, sort of more vertical than maybe I normally would. Although saying that, turning over quite nicely actually. Note to self, the big problem we may have is actually I need to get to my periaps reasonably quickly. We may end up actually having to separate staging on this and put a delay in future. That's something that I am thinking about, maybe using some little kick motors and things to give us stability. I don't know. I'm going to turn this a bit more. We're actually very vertical right now, aren't we? To there, I think. It's a bit like that. This is the only problem with this. I'm trying to second guess this craft. I am very much trying to second guess this craft. We've got 2 minutes until we actually are at our apoapsis, and that's not a good thing for us. We actually want to be not at apoapsis when our final engine burns out. So yeah, this This might not work for us. We will see. We actually are going to... Do I risk it? I mean, that's the question. Do I risk? There we go. Right, we're going to fire that. That's fired. It's got gimbal control. We've got a little bit of a kick there, interestingly. Get rid of that. Right, this is a very small stage. The problem we have is I need this thing to actually... Well, probably point downwards. How much delta V we got? We should have enough for orbit. The question will be whether we actually get into anything suitable for this task. Oh, 50 seconds. I don't think we're going to be in the right altitude for this. Actually, I'm gonna point this down. We're gonna do this. This is really not the best way to do this. Like so. That's really not the best way. We're actually countering our actual climb right now. We may not get into orbit with this because I'm doing this, in fact. So we'll see. We're trying to cut this time to apoapsis. I think this craft actually needs a bit of a lag time. It needs to basically sit before it does anything. I think for us to get that higher altitude. So we may need to put some kick motors on this or something to do ullage. I'm assuming it needs to ullage. I don't know. Oh, and we haven't got orbit. Yeah. Because of that, because me playing around with it, we do not have orbit. Right. Problem. I suppose we're at least getting science. We're going to fail that contract. We have got some funds, though. So is that going to make up for it? Let's have a look. That's the film return that you missed. The scud is finished. We get 12,000 for that. Okay. I think we need to put kick motors on this, is what I think. Yeah, I think that's what we actually need to do. And I also wonder whether we're getting clipping, because this part has some odd, yeah, you can see there, it's got some odd meshes to it. So we need to just be aware of that. So maybe we take the second one, we put some solids on it, give it a little bit of ability to ullage, and then we delay it from actually departing. I think is probably what I'm going to go for. Right, so let's let this thing float through the air with the greatest of ease. We could actually separate the payload off, would probably be the other idea. And what we could have done is actually put a solid on that. That's an idea, isn't it? Give it a final kick stage. So maybe we will do that, where we will put a little kick stage on there, something just to give it a final push. This can orientate, and then this can push at the end. And we can just fire everything together, just put all these things together. All right. However, I do think we're probably going to fail that mission, which is going to be annoying, actually. Time to apoapsis. We're now at our apoapsis, are we? Yeah, we are. So we're now coming back down. Are we gathering science is the question. We are actually gathering some science. I don't think we've got much from it. Let's have a look. Info from here, we've got 0.8. Well, that's nothing. And now we're going to re-enter. And yeah, we're gonna leave that there. I'm actually going to jump out of here. And that was a fail and a half in so many different ways. We had a recording issue, and then, hello, but we're freezing up. Oh, it's doing that coming into the atmosphere thing. Okay, right. What we will do is I'm going to let you speed through. So we've got about 11 minutes of this recording left, if I'm nice to myself and allow myself to basically have a full recording. So I think we could do another one. We could prep the next one. We're going to have some issues with it potentially. We don't have any signal for this. There's no point actually doing any of this right now. I can't even exit now, can I? Can I range safety? There we go. Right. Back to the Space Center. All right, so we're back at the Space Center, and yeah, I know I could have probably got that thing into orbit if I was really trying and I'd actually done what I needed to do. Yes, I could have got that thing into orbit, but I didn't. That's the way we're going to live with it. Right. Let's have a look. Polar orbit. We could take that. We could take first scientific satellite. What are we actually going to lose? Let's have a look at this. We're gonna cost ourselves a chunk, but I don't think we're going to kill ourselves. So let's take this and let's edit it. We're gonna rename this. Right, let's have a look. What are we gonna do to make this just better? The good thing is we gave ourselves quite a bit of space in this fairing, so that's a positive. Right, this thing, first of all, is horrible. Let's recolor it because we can. We're gonna make it white, and I'm gonna make the ends orange. There we go. That's absolutely horrible. Right. Next thing to think about. Do we want to put something on it to... Hello, come back, thank you. do we want to put something on it to, what's our size mass thing? We've got a little couple of these. We could put some of those on. We could, alternatively, we could put a, why am I not able to click on anything? What on earth? Well, that's a new one. Right, I'm going to pause the recording there and try and fix this. I'm not going to let my timer run. Well, I was going to restart things, and then I realised, yeah, if you want to turn that off. That's something you can do. There we go. That's it. There's an odd little glitch with the recolor where it doesn't like you doing things, obviously. All right, let's put a little tank on there. Just something tiny, just a little tiny tank. Something. Ooh, I know what we'll do. We'll go for a little hollow thingy doodle. I'll put that on there like so. There we go. And I want to we're just going to see what we can do with this. I don't really need it to be too much. I want it to be pressurized. Yep. And this actually, we can operate it. We might as well. And this thing, I want to go. Let's have a look. Fuel. That's what I want. That's a lot of delta V all of a sudden, isn't it? That's nice. What we're actually going to do is we're just going to shrink it down to like so, and then I'm going to make it metal. There we go. And that just gives us a tiny little push, I think, like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to recess this into there, just like that. There we go. Now, of course, this will potentially be a problem because it's not spin stabilized. So what we can do is put a couple of spin motors on here, but we'll get to that now. So that's okay. So that's going to give us that extra little punch just in case we need it. Right. Next, this stage. So we're going to take this off. This stage is going to have a couple of ullage motors. So these are spin motors normally, but I think we're going to try and use them as ullage motors because we haven't done the research for anything else. So we're going to put 4 of those on. Right, 6 of those on. They do eat into it, but you know, not a big problem. I think we've got the potentially the power for it, so it's not a big issue. Right. Put those, yeah, just there is fine. Just on the edge. There we go. So 6 of those. Right, and then I want another set, and these are going to be. I'm going to put them about there. Yeah, that's right. We're going to put them there. We're going to angle them. And in fact, I don't want 6 of them. What I want is, I only want about 2 of them. 2 is probably the best idea. Yeah, there we go. And they are going to they're going to be our spin motors to stabilize that final stage if we need them. If we need them, they are there. Right, so there we go. We could put these on the outside of things. We're not going to. Right, so that's that. Let's have a look. Let's put this stage back on. Thank you. Put that onto there. Right. So that is all wrong. It's all very wrong. Right. Thank you. Get off. Right. That's that decoupler. After that decoupler, I want this engine to fire. But before this engine fires, I need my 6 things here. Okay. Now the problem is if that doesn't decouple properly, and I may have to use those, and then we get that funny kick. So maybe we just have, you know what, maybe we go that one, that one, that one, and that one, which gives us that one over that side, that one over that side. Put them in there. They're going to kick us away. They're going to kick us away from that. Then we're going to fire those, hopefully. Right. Then we've got that. Then these are the spin motors, which are going to be before that. So these are going to go up here, there. Okay. We're getting very complex where everything's going to fail, pretty much is what we're looking at right now. Right. That's right. If it doesn't work, make it more complex. That's always the way that it works, doesn't it? Yeah, brilliant. Do that. Right. We're going to leave a little gap there. Good stuff. Loving that. And then we're going to put you back onto there. The fairings, of course, will decide they want to go somewhere completely different to where they actually need to go. You need to decouple probably here. If we leave the fairings on, this thing should stay reasonably okay. And I do actually need to make this not look terrible. Does that because it's too far up. There we go. There we go. There's a tiny gap there, but I'm going to let myself have that. Right. So this is the A2, I think. A2. Right, we're gonna save that. Oh, actually, I need to. Do I need to do any tooling? Tool all. Oh my. Yeah, purchase that tooling. Right. Then we're gonna save that, and then we're gonna save the edit. Right. So we're gonna rush through this as quickly as possible. We're going to. Oh, stop. Go up here. Oh, we just killed ourselves, haven't we? Yeah, we just killed ourselves. Oh no, it's because we had the pad doing it. Okay. Now we're going to lose money all of a sudden in a little bit. Very soon. It's going to... There we go. We've just lost it. We've just failed the mission. Right. So, next step is going to be getting that mission back. I'm also going to duplicate this. We're going to duplicate it. We're going to move it to the top. We're going to get that mission back. We're also going to scrap some stuff. We're going to scrap this. Yep. We're going to scrap this. Yep. And we're going to scrap this. There we go. So we basically cost ourselves a lot of money there. First artificial satellite. Accept that. Thank you very much. You notice that the other contracts now vanished because we had that. I wonder if I can now come back in here and do they appear? No, they don't. Okay. So this one is still to be done. I'm tempted to take it, but if we fail this one, we basically, the series is over. So yeah, we're not doing that, right? We cannot afford currently to fail the next contract. That's a good point, right? So we're going to roll that out. And we're going to walk to complete. We've got the second one being built. We're actually going to build another one. Duplicate that. And then we're going to launch this and see how it goes. So fingers crossed this will work. Let's get this thing going. We've taken a bit of a delta V out of everything to give ourselves that third stage. Not sure it's the right idea, but we'll live with it. We'll live with what we've got. Right. I'm going to keep this going, this episode going until we've actually finished this launch. So yeah, that's okay. No, we're not. That's going to be the end of the episode then. I was actually thinking we've got about, a minute left, but nope, I think we're actually going to finish there. So we're going to roll this one back. Next time we will go for the launch, I think. If not this one, then the next one. So from me, until next time, have a great one.